Stu, there's a story from NPR that I think is very important. How much energy does it take to have a good and healthy life? Americans haven't asked themselves that. Perhaps we should. A new Stanford University study has found the answer is what?
None.
Far less
than we have now.
Yeah, far less than the average American is using currently. Comparing energy use and quality of life across 140 countries. May I just say, that's cool. 140 countries. How many of them have the life we have here in America?
Well, none.
Yeah.
Zero.
None. How far down the ladder do you have to go before it's very noticeable? 10?
Yeah, 10 to 20,
Yeah,
maybe.
10 to 20?
Yeah.
I don't really care what's happening down. Don't tell me what I have to live with based on what's happening with country number 110.
Right.
Okay, let's bring 110 up to us. Let's not bring us down to 110.
But Glenn, they're happy in the Central African Republic. And
I know they are.
Yeah.
So comparing energy use and quality of life over 140 countries, researchers found the magic number is 75 gigajoules a year or less. For context, 1 gigajoule of energy is equal to about 8 gallons of gasoline. One. We are only supposed to have 75 per year.
Right.
1 is 8 gallons of gasoline.
Oh,
Okay.
Right. So this is sort of the money can't buy you happajoules approach here.
Yeah, energy can't buy you happiness.
Energy can't buy you happiness, so therefore you shouldn't have it.
So 75 gigajoules per year, if one of them is 8 gallons, how many gallons of gasoline can I buy? If 1 gigajoule is 8 gallons, and we're only supposed to have 75 per year. 600 gallons of gasoline. That's it.
Now, that's not just your car.
No, that's not just your car. That's running your house. That's running everything, okay? Americans use 284 gigajoules per year per capita, nearly 4 times the amount that equals happiness.
Equals happiness.
That suggests to me.
Stupid.
That suggests to me, this is according to the new research on the author and the professor of Earth System Science, Rob Jackson. This suggests to me that we could nudge energy use downwards in a bunch of hyper-consuming countries and not just make a more equitable world, but perhaps make ourselves happier and healthier. Oh, key word there. Perhaps.
Perhaps. We can nudge it down. Well, first of all, you'd have the problem of people realizing what they used to have and no longer had. So you can't just say, look, there's people happy in Madagascar, and so we can lower the energy usage of St. Louis to Madagascar's level, and they'll also be happy. That's not the way that works.
Well, but, if there's a crisis, your quality of living goes down, and you bitch about it for a while, and then you're like, well, what are we going to do about it?
Yeah.
Well, hey, I'm still waiting for, a curtain rod, and it's taken me 4 months to get it, but what are you going to do about it?
Yeah,
huh?
Wednesday's my 8-month anniversary of ordering my car. Which has still not come in.
Yeah, that's weird. And what's weird is I think my car has gone missing because I told you I ordered a car 3 years ago. We're coming up on its 4-year anniversary. Okay, 4 years. I talk about it on my Instagram. 4-year anniversary. But I don't think that has to do with supply chains. I think that has to do with maybe I picked the wrong company.
Well, because I did read your Instagram post, in which that does actually mention the company that is doing this work.
It does. It does. I don't want to hit them. I don't want to hit them with everything.
Well, maybe,
you know what I mean?
Glenn,
That
maybe
could put them out of business.
This is what an Amber Alert does, though, right? You try to find.
That's what I asked.
So you're maybe that's.
Can you put the picture of my car on the back of milk cartons?
I'm afraid
because it is missing. Hasn't been seen now for 3.5 years.
Is it possible the next picture you get of this car is the car with a gun to its head?
I want to talk to my car. I almost wrote, I want to talk to my car because I don't think it's alive anymore. You know?
Yeah. This is a totally different problem.
Totally different problem than how much, because I'll use more than 8 gallons of gasoline in that car.
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
That'll get you 3 miles down the road in that thing.
Yes, it will. It will.
But it's such a fascinating thing of trying to, because look, people adapt to bad circumstances, unpleasant circumstances. If you go back hundreds of years to our founding, they used 0 gallons in their cars.
And they were very happy.
I'm sure happy.
They were happy.
It doesn't mean you're guaranteeing it, but that doesn't mean you want to go backwards in time and eliminate conveniences that make us not only a more happy society at some level, but also a healthier one. These things. Has anyone noticed that the age expectancy has gone up, with the exception of the last couple of years with not minor news items. Mm-hmm.
Globally, 759 million people live without electricity. 2.6 billion without clean cooking fuel in 2019, according to the World Bank.
Well, they don't need it.
That comes at an enormous human cost, Stu.
Are there happy people that don't have cooking fuel, Glenn? I'm sure there are somewhere.
At 4 million people, they die each year from cooking conditions by indoor air pollution from cooking fires inside. Access to electricity is crucial for providing medical services and powering modern economies, and we're using it all. Now, there is no such thing as a global grid. So, we could, and I'd be for this. We could all pool our money together and build nuclear power plants. We could do that,
But having burning open air flames indoors does seem to be the world's most easily solved problem.
Yeah.
Right? This is something, and it is one of the biggest killers in the world.
Buy everybody a Franklin stove.
Right,
there was no copyright on that. He gave that free to the world.
Yeah, and that would solve that problem completely.
This study measured those benefits, and when they plateau, scientists looked at 9 benchmarks for a long, healthy life based on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So this is good. This fits right into the ESG plan, and oh my gosh, what a tidy little present to all of us. Access to electricity, air quality, food supply, and the Gini coefficient. Now, I didn't know what the Gini coefficient was, but that measures wealth inequality. And I think they call it the Gini coefficient because there's going to be a magic genie that comes and takes money from one people and gives it to another group of people, and everybody's going to be happy. On tax day, I know I'm really happy. I feel so charitable today. There's nothing I like more than working half my day for taxes and then have the government just piss it away. I love that. It could create jobs. If private people were using the money, government, they don't create jobs. They piss money away. But I digress. I don't want to get all preachy on how good it feels to be so charitable today. I feel really charitable. I do every year. Anyway, they said that happiness peaks at about 75 gigajoules a year. So if we want to be happy, we should use less energy.
How dumb. These studies are so stupid, as if using more energy starts to create unhappiness. Energy, I think, at a basic level, from 0 to, let's say, 75 megajoules or whatever they're saying, gigajoules, that probably does alleviate that poverty level struggle, which, yes, can make you go 0 to 60 in an important way. But the increase from there may also help. It probably doesn't help as much as the 0 to 75.
No.
If
all of our factories and all of our researchers and everybody else, they only had how many gallons of gasoline?
600.
Yeah,
for the whole
if everybody
year.
had only 600 gallons of gasoline for the whole year for all energy use, I think it would be a lot. I think we'd be making more medicine right now.
No.
Yeah,
we would not.
It also means, according to the study, that we'll be walking and biking more and using public transport. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I didn't know that, because now I'm really happy. I'm thinking riding the bus to work. Oh, man, that would make me happy. Many approaches require a blend of the two to incentivize people and businesses to make upfront investment in equipment or technology that uses less energy over time. You know what? If we could just get rid of all the people, then nobody will drive. We wouldn't have all these problems if it wasn't for all these people. We should just tell the elites to liquidate all of us. They are hopeful that the $1.2 trillion Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, which includes several provisions focused on reducing consumption. Did you know that? Did you know that? Wait a minute. It's the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. And according to this article, it has several provisions focused on reducing consumption. Wow. Hopefully it'll do that. They do say that many of these moves can face resistance at the local level. We've got to stop saying, hey, we really don't want a new bus or rapid transit route. We don't want XYZ piece of infrastructure in our area when it's our longer-term interest to support that. Can I tell you, every city, now I've lived in, 100 cities because I couldn't hold down a job for most of my career. What signals death to any city? When this city's over. Whenever they go, we're going to build a rapid transit train. Soon as you hear that, you're like, okay, they're done. They're just pissing away the money now. This is especially true now that there is growing evidence that those measures are using less energy generally and do not have a negative impact on Americans living happy, healthy life. I don't know. The rapid transit train, Stu, you see it every day when we go to work. I don't even know where the stations are. Okay. I know where the station is here, but I can't get on that rapid train. Wouldn't mind it because it would be like living the life of being chauffeured in a giant limousine where it's only you, because the rapid transit train never has a soul on it. Okay? It's soulless. It's not even driven by human. There's not even one human that has to drive it. It drives itself. It stops at all these stations that nobody wants to go to. And it's empty. But the good news is, I don't know how many gigajoules it's using, but it uses those gigajoules 24 hours a day.
It does. No one rides it. In fact, I think 92% of people have never ridden it in the area, but they built it so that the 8% of people could occasionally do it. Only 4% of people in the area actually use it to commute.
Yeah.
4%.
4%, yeah.
And it costs an absolute fortune.
Yeah.
In fact, it's better to spend your cash in any other way. Any other way. Like, for example, honestly, taking the construction costs and just keep an open mind on this one.
Yeah.
Lighting it on fire.
Here's one that I really would like to do. I want to take polar bear fetuses and plant them here in the soil, here in Texas, and I'll water them. I think I can grow a whole new crop of polar bears. So if you just want to funnel that tax dollar to me, that's what I'll do.